Congratulations. On your excellent payment history, you now qualify for a 0% interest rate on all your credit card accounts. Press 1
Look, we're
now
already
to
getting
speak to our
scams.
qualification partner.
Thank you for responding, card member services. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
That's great. I believe that you are responding to get a 0% interest rate on your credit card. Is that correct?
Sure. Can you first tell me where you're calling me from?
Sir, I'm calling you from Atlanta, Georgia, and we have several offices in Orlando, Florida, and Dallas, Texas.
Oh, okay. Good job. Okay.
And here I can see from past 6 to 8 months, you have been making your payments on time. And in fact, sometimes you try to pay more than your monthly payment, right?
Sure. Yes. All the time. I like to keep ahead of it.
So that is the only reason on behalf of your good payment history. Today you are eligible to get yourself a 0% interest rate on your credit card account. It sounds good to you?
That always sounds good to me.
Yes. So now for the qualification purposes, how much would you think you owe on your overall credit card debt?
A little under $10,000.
And the which card you consider yourself you have a major balance on?
I would say I've got about $4,000 on my Visa card.
On your Visa card.
Yeah.
And from the which bank you have this Visa card?
Do you guys do Discover card too? Because I do have a Discover card.
So how much you think you owe on your Discover card?
Well, on my Discover card, I got about $2,000, but I wasn't sure if you guys handled Discover card also or not.
Yes, sir. We are working with all major credit cards like Visa, Master, Discover, and American Express. Okay?
Okay.
And sir, it shows the APR you are paying is more than 10% on your Visa card. I believe you know that.
Actually, mine shows it's at 8%.
Sorry?
I've been paying at 8%.
Oh, you pay 8%, right?
Yes.
So right now, sir, today you are eligible to get yourself a 0% interest rate on your credit card, okay?
Sure.
And
Okay.
so to keep that in mind, your rates will set down by the next billing statement.
Okay.
And as a next step, I'm going to pull out the most recent billing statement, and I will let you know the balance you owe, the last payment you made, the due payment required, and accordingly, I will let you know how much rate reduction you can get on your account, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Now, I want you to verify...
I'm going to ask him my name on the cards and he won't be able to answer it.
When does your card expire?
7 of 22.
So, do you have a card on you?
I have to go get it.
All right, sir.
Can you tell me real quick, what is the name on the statement you have in front of you? Last time I talked to somebody, they had the wrong person altogether. Can you please tell me the name that you have in front of you?
Yes, sir. Why not? Just hold on, I pull up your profile.
Yes, please do.
Yeah. So how did you spell your first name, sir?
First, I want you to tell me what my first name is.
No, your first alphabet, sir. How did you spell your first alphabet?
Well, if it's right in front of you, it should be on your computer screen, correct?
Yes, sir.
Well, if you can't tell me my name, then why would I give you any of my other information?
So your name is Jeffrey.
My name is what?
Jeffrey, sir. Jeffrey?
My name is Jeffrey.
Yes.
All right. So you do know that's not my name, right?
Jeffrey Williams. Yes, sir.
Really?
Yes, your last name is like a Jansen. Jansen.
That's
Right.
funny because that's not the name I have on the scam phone. In other words, I know you're full of crap. Because that's not my name on there. In fact, that's not even my name at all. So would you like to tell me why you're scamming people?
I'm not scamming any people, sir.
You didn't call that. Then why can't you get my name right? Why don't you tell me what my name is then? If you tell me my name, I will be honest and say that is the factual truth. If you can tell me my name right now and actually give me my actual name.
I tell you any name so you can give
But why don't you take a look? That's not even the name for this phone or anything else. That's not my name. I don't even, like I said, I'd like to know where you got that name from.
So your all information was picked up for a review by the Credit Bureau Experience because of your good payment history and good credit.
You know, I'm sure you're a nice guy and everything, but whoever you're working for, the people you're working for, to scam people out of their money and stuff, you don't even know my name right now. And I would like to know why you think it's okay to call elderly people's phones. You see, I have phone numbers directed over here when they come up as private or unlisted numbers. And when people call these numbers back and it comes to a dial tone or it comes to, oh, this no longer exists, all those numbers come directly here into our network of phone numbers so that we make sure we get out to the elderly people and everybody else to not allow scammers. So I want to know why you work for somebody that wants to scam people. I just want to know that. I'm sure you're a good person, but I mean, do you not have any type of religion whatsoever? Are you okay with stealing? Are you okay with this?
Yes, sir, I'm okay with that.
You're okay with, no matter what your religion is or anything else, you're okay with scamming people.
Yes.
Yes.
Why don't, yes.
I think you're a good person, and I think you're just trying to make a living. I get that. Wow, that one was even better. He's okay with scamming people. He's okay with it. I got him admitted to it, too. Go back on this one. He admitted to scamming. Now, to give you an idea, the phone number they called in on is not my name on that phone whatsoever. Just to give you an idea, my name, that's not the name on the phone that I use. See this phone right here? This is actually my dad's phone, and my dad's name is not Jeffrey or anything else. So, in other words, it's a scam. I have some stuff put down to be able to find out about it. Do not let these people take advantage of it. Now, if you guys want to see, I'm going to call the number back. And if you'll notice, it's a Springfield number. I do this all the time. But it's really funny. It's not going to work now. Oh, there you go. Nope.
The number you have reached has been disconnected or is no longer in service.
Scammers. So let me make this clear. I do this to show you something. You notice that they were using names that weren't, and he wanted me to go ahead and spell my name first before, just so he could, what, really, you want me to spell my name first? No. Because if I would give him my number, they'd change it over. Now, of course, everybody knows my name, but that's not what comes up with phone numbers and everything else on individual phones. So I wasn't lying to the guy. The phone that I was on, that he called on, is not my phone. And I do that to protect my dad, my aunts, my uncles, my family members from these criminals out there. And he's okay with it. He's okay with scamming you and your family out of money by giving him your credit card information. And you notice when I ask about Discover Card, understand this, the card companies are not all together on stuff. They are individual-based companies. Visa and MasterCard work a lot. Discover and American Express work separately. So in other words, he was already giving me a bunch of bull just so I give him my information. They put that number down, they bleed you dry, or they go out and they create a new person. Because then after that, they'll start asking for social security numbers and everything. So do not let these people fool you. Do not let them scam you. And make sure you let your parents know, and the people that are elderly and people that are, you know, up and past their 60s, that to not even answer the phone calls. And if they do, just basically put it out there on the internet that it's a scam call. I know it sounds stupid, but, you know, they're going to keep trying to take advantage of people as much as they can. So, anyway, everybody, we'll try pulling back number whack one more time. And then I got to get back to work. I'm sorry. I actually have work to do today.
The number you have reached has been disconnected or is no longer in service.
So go back, and everybody wants to see that it's just a bunch of scam calls. That's all it is. Here's another one. Here, I'm going to show you guys all the numbers you can call that are scams. Scam call, everybody. So to all, you know, people watching this, these are all scam calls, or they piggyback on calls, and then they try to steal your money. Let's go to the next one. 3. Here's the next one. You can see on the right hand corner. See, they don't work at all. But you notice the guy even admitted this time it was a scam. It's hard to get them to admit that, or they cuss at you. I like when they cuss at you. When they cuss at you, it's really funny. So we just had this last guy admit that they're a scam.
Message EE24. The subscriber you have called does not answer. Please.
See, what happens is they're calling from other countries. They can, but they call from, that's why they call from local numbers. Everybody, they'll ask a great question. Now, let me kind of go into detail about this. What they do is they're calling from India, they're calling from Mexico, they're calling from Canada, they're calling from California, United States. And what it is remember, there are such things as international charges. So to bypass the international charges, they have actually one number. And then those numbers, as they're coming through, it's like they put on a phone skin. So they're crossing into our country, and they put on a number so that it'll come up in whatever area code you're in, so that you pick it up and answer it, because it says your area code, it says the number, and you're like, oh, it must be somebody I know or somebody locally. Well, the fact is, it's not. And these are fake numbers. And so the internet provider, what it is all these numbers get bought. Now, the other ones with the Social Security ones and stuff like that, those are piggyback numbers, which means they actually are buying people's phone numbers that have been hacked through the Equifax breach, the big LifeLock breach. Remember, LifeLock and all of them are nothing but a joke, even though people get them and they're happy with them because they've been breached almost 8 times, and they've even sold people's stuff on them. And, you know, I don't care if I get in trouble for saying that, because you want to know something? If you go on and look at their records, you'll see that they actually sold the stuff. The CEO of Yahoo went over to LifeLock and then had to make money up on the back end. But what happens is they're selling it all to places like China and the Korea, the Asian market, the European market. And then what they do is they scam you. Then they send the numbers over, but it changes the number. And every time, that's the reason why you can never call them back, is because the number is not a number that is affiliated with any of the phone companies or anything else. It's how they get around the do not call. Now, telemarketers, you got to understand, there's a difference. And telemarketers are perfectly legal. They may call or something, but they can get in trouble. And they're right here in the United States if you're on a do not call list. But remember, it's kind of like criminals that have guns or criminals that break into your home. It's illegal, so no matter what they do, they don't care. In other words, how can they not do something about it? Because they don't know how to stop it, because they're committing a crime. Crime means they don't care about the rules. They don't care about the punishments. They don't care because no one's going to call them out. No one's going to bust them. And then when somebody does answer, they get excited. But then they get somebody like me or somebody like you who's going to basically play with them a little bit so they cannot scam the next person, and it wastes their time. Now all of a sudden that number has to be completely deleted, and they can no longer use it. However everybody else uses it, they're going to get in trouble with it. So in other words, they have to completely let it go. So, you know, if all of us out there are taking these numbers and calling it, they have to keep, in other words, pretty soon, they don't have any numbers to use. You know, there's only so many numbers in each area that you can use before the scammers have to keep moving on. But if they get one person to get money, they're going to try the next person, next person, next person. It's kind of like if they get your address, they're going to change the address just a little bit to get your neighbor, then your next neighbor, then your next neighbor. They're going to get your last name. They're going to call everybody in your family. They're going to get your friends' names. They're going to call everybody your friends. It's kind of like going on to Facebook. They're going to get everybody in your Facebook category, and they're going to basically try to get all those phone numbers. They're going to call them. They're going to pretend like they know you. It's big scams. It's big business, okay? It's a multi-billion-dollar business. Why? Because people get taken all the time by it, because they sit there and they think it's legit, and it's not. If you can't get something in the mail and be able to go and walk to that place to get your information, do not go for it. I know that military gets taken all the time for this. I know parents get taken all the time for this. But you got to be aware of the scams out there, okay? That's what, you know, and it's funny is these big companies, they're ones that get breached. When you hear about these breaches, this is where all that stuff kind of goes to. This is just 1% of where all that information goes, are the people that scam you. Now, this guy we just had on, he admitted it's a scam. He admitted that he has no religion, doesn't really care. He basically did not know what to say because I called him out. And he's like, I don't care. And, you know, then he hung up on me, of course. And, of course, you can't call him back because that particular person is calling from Pakistan and India, which they have these huge scam calling centers. That's why you hear a lot of people in the background, because they got all kinds of people making money off scamming people in the United States and Great Britain and Canada. And we have to put an end to it. That's the reason why I do Identity Shield. That's the reason why I offer Identity Shield and Legal Shield to people. But I'm not trying to sell them here. I'm just trying to show you these scammers are real. And every time they call my dad's number, a friend's number, I was over at somebody's house yesterday and they were calling those numbers. And I get on there and it's really funny because they don't know your information other than the number or whatever little bit of information that's on their computer screen. But it's all a scam. So be aware of that, okay? Anyway, I got to get back to work, everybody. I'll talk to everybody soon. God bless. See everybody soon. Bye now. Dale, thanks for the question, by the way.